submitted their process.
My name is Manju.
I'm so glad to have every one of us here. I can see we have a diverse audience today, people from Smile, NYC. It is, you know when we say it is giving, it is giving. Yeah, this audience is giving. It's like a buffet, and I'm so glad to have every one of us here. In Nigerian Youth SDGs, we started as an unregistered youth group in 2017, and we got registered. And ever since, we've been advocating for youth inclusion in the 2030 agenda. We want to ensure that there's meaningful youth engagement when it comes to the sustainable development goals in Nigeria. And I know that we're all gathered here together to talk about sustainable development goals. You know, it's the midpoint of the 2030 agenda. Have we achieved enough? Are we doing great? You know, when you compare Nigeria's rate to other countries, especially of that of Tunisia, are we reaching the point where we need to get to? Are we lagging behind? So there are so many conversations, there are so many challenges that we're going to talk about.
Smile, I'm not saying you should smile. I mean, Strategy for Mentoring Initiative and Leadership Empowerment is an NGO established in Nigeria in 2011 and in the United States of America in 2017. Our beloved founder is Mrs. B.K. Martin. We want one of the pictures on my slide. And what do? We groom young leaders. We impact them with skills that help them to be problem solvers in their community and wherever they find themselves.
Now imagine if all of us here, we are not mentally, psychologically, and emotionally stable, we won't be here. Isn't that right? So that was what Sustainable Development Goals 3 stand up, which has to do with our mental well-being, our physiological well-being, and our physical well-being. In abstinence of mobility, and this has to do with good health and well-being of communicable disease and non-communicable disease. Communicable disease like AIDS, like tuberculosis. That is what sustainable goal 3 stand for. Non-communicable disease for diabetes, for hypertension. We can imagine nowadays a lot of people have walking cups. Like we did a program at Yaba on Saturday, and lots of people, let me say 80% of people there have hypertension, and most of them did not know they are hypertensive, like they are just walking cups. Imagine their systolics and diastolic should be like 220, 150. In no time they are just going to collapse.
There's a theory of change that comes with young people, and that's, creating opportunities or democratizing opportunities for young people to be, to be more engaged in, civic responsibility. And I looked around and I saw quite a number of core members around, and also, an amount of young people around, right? Nigeria in itself, it's quite challenging to be engaged in civic activities, right? So when you look at predominant movements like, fans of us that like Mobile, or you look at the NSAS, or you look at, how many of you occupied Nigeria in January 2015? Jota, right? Yeah, so if you look at all these things, right, Nigeria in itself does not necessarily create that environment for us to be able to express ourselves, right? And if you are not able to do that, what can you do, right? Find communities within your spaces that you can be part of. Truth is, if you begin to involve yourself in your local community, trust me, these guys will call you up and invite you to their board meetings.
The youth, we are the ones that will do this job. Now, beyond the numeracy and literacy skills we got in the university, we need to learn skills. We need to learn soft skills. We need to learn digital skills. Now, recently, just in August, we learned about brain skills. There are skills we need to know, we need to have. Now, these skills, some of the problem-solving skills that I spoke about earlier, will help us see the problems around us. Now, most of us, we think the big names you mentioned, they are not big, they just started small.
No matter the capacity that you build, global south is where the work is needed, right? If you build all the capacity in the world and you are going work like you are going to work in the United States, you are not exactly contributing to what you're supposed to do, right? So consultants want to come here. I can tell you for a fact. I worked briefly for the World Bank for like 3 months. I did a consultancy for them. They want to work in Nigeria. So just to say that whatever you find yourself to do, whatever you're doing right now, just keep doing it, build your capacity, and I'm sure that Nigeria will recognize you when it's time.
Foster partnership between government, private sector, and civil society organization. Businesses like Moazo Africa, where I lead, can serve as exemplary models because we integrate SDGs into our core strategies, thus driving economic growth while addressing societal challenges. Secondly, Nigeria needs to enhance domestic resource mobilization, channeling investment into critical sectors such as education, healthcare, and infrastructure. Thirdly, data-driven decision-making is imperative to identify the SDGs where progress is lagging and redirect efforts effectively. Lastly, inclusivity, that is, should remain a central focus, where we leave no one behind. Now, this approach is in conjunction with the lessons from high-performing countries like Tunisia can help Nigeria accelerate our progress towards the SDGs. Thank you.
Mentorship is key. We young people, we need to be mentored. And the adult also should be liberal enough to teach us. Because the truth is that they can't always be. The youth have the energy, we have the skills, we have everything. We like to take risks. But the adults have the experiences. So we don't have the funds. I'm sure we know me. So we need to sit down. We need to get to a meeting point like this. Can the adults mentor the young people? Can the youth sit down to be mentored? Most of us have initiatives here. I've seen social entrepreneurs here. How many adults are willing to invest in what we do or willing to even partner with us?
Don't look for any media platform to publish you. Publish yourself, sell yourself, right? Amplify yourself, right? If you wait for NTA channels, they might never come. There are people who started blogs to tell their story, and that's how people started going back. How many of you know to the Onokoya? So the Onokoya has been doing work as far back as years ago. If you go to his Facebook, his Twitter, he has evidence, plenty. He was telling his story long before now. So don't wait for people to, celebrate you or you want to do work so that channels will. Start where you are. Tell your story, right? Let it be that 10 years down the line, you can go back to your history and know that this person has been working for a long
Something we all need to get proper education on. We need to get proper awareness on too. And I think myself and my colleagues who have been into this field for a while now, we've been doing a lot to push the awareness. But then it is still very necessary for us to keep doing more and then get other hands to join us to push this further.
By 2033, most especially for good health and well-being, there should be a facility, most especially premier health facility for everybody, which is accessible and unavoidable for everybody, irrespective of the status and or their gender. They should be able to access it for sustainable development goals.
The goals will be able to will make us to be able to achieve people that will be able to have their own personal skills like soft skills, hard skills, soft skills in terms of communication skills, leadership skills, to achieve whatever they want. while art skills is trying to like acquire degree to further their learning or further their jobs in the big world.
My aspirations for SDG in Nigeria is that for every young people from the pupil, tertiary to university education should have the knowledge of SDG and in every community. And also SDG to be taught in different languages of Nigeria so that people can run with the vision.
Regarding the support that the government can actually do when it comes to the aspect of helping youth, they can support them with providing stipends which they can use for their organization when they want to. They can also help them with grants, opportunities home and abroad in such a way that they can expand their abilities, not just local champions, but people who can actually move out of the world, out of Nigeria to actually do a lot of things.
We see that in the rural area, the young people who are actually interested in the SDG goals do not have the support they need. So if stakeholders can support them in the financial aspect, providing means of transportation to these rural areas, the people who are interested in the SDG goals will be able to reach all these rural areas to achieve their aims, to achieve their motive.
The goal is to ensure that we mentor youths, that's youths that are currently not in employment or in education, to ensure that they are equipped with the needed tech skills that will ensure that they are empowered and employable.
What we do at Smile is to create a network of young leaders who are passionate about personal development, self-leadership, and achieving the sustainable development goals. So right from their secondary school, they go through the young leaders mentoring program to prepare them through peer mentoring system.
I make sure that organizations, individuals work towards protecting the planet and preserving the planet Earth by engaging in community-based projects that address this issue at the local level. We organize cleanups and we kind of educate people, children, members of the community, stakeholders on ways to protect and preserve the environment.
I've been advocating for sustainable development goals, even collaborating with organizations to create awareness and through advocacy. And for climate actions, I carry up clean up with organizations like Green Janitor, the founder of Ashade, and with advocacy in the communities and to go to communities and as well as even stopping at every bus stop, anybody that drops litters to tell them that it is very bad for us to to litter the environment. And for good health and well-being, I partner with organizations, volunteer with organizations like Health Volunteer Nigeria Initiative to carry out primary health care for people in underserved community and as well as good health and well-being.
Actions that I think stakeholders can take to improve on SDG goals should include awareness, creation of more awareness. So because I believe that when there is more awareness for these goals, then a lot of people will know more about them because currently I feel that the awareness level is not as where it's meant to be. Then there's need for more public partnership with private individuals. The government should create a framework that encourages collaborations between public and private partners so as to further foster the awareness program and implementation of SDGs across board.